I will not talk a normal word today. Where is OBS? Large webcam. Do I have the icon library that I downloaded? No, I don't. I literally don't have that anymore. Because I made everything anew. There must be a webcam icon or cam icon or something. What's the froggle frog? Thank you. That's okay. So if I press this button, yeah. Okay. I'm not really prepared. Wait. Large webcam. Might have stuff open that you're not supposed to see. Close this. I don't really care for this. Don't save. It's where I applied. Spotify. I need Spotify. I will lower the volume so I don't blast out my eardrums again. Yes, I'm wearing pants. I'm sorry. People watching on YouTube being like, what the fuck is he doing? Because there's no music. As the title says, I had an idea. Last night, when I laid in bed, why does my start-stop button not work? What the fuck? What the fuck, Stream Deck? It knows what I'm playing. It doesn't know how to start or stop it. I was confused because my phone also shows me what it's playing. I'm questioning, and I was wondering if maybe my phone was playing it too. So, button doesn't work. So, the idea. I thought about genres, what I enjoy, and so on. That is funny because I came up with an idea of the two genres I kinda hate. And I think it could be very funny to combine those. It's so stupid. Okay, listen. I hate turn-based combat. And I don't hate them, but I don't play them often. So I will say I hate battle royales. And now you would think, how the fuck should a battle royale turn-based combat game work? And I had the idea. You more or less land on a... It's a 2D game, top-down like the old Final Fantasy games. And you spawn, you land, whatever, on the map somewhere. And you control a group. And what I mean is, like in Final Fantasy, when you control the main character and the other two characters run behind them. Kind of like that. So you control the main character. and 2 other NPC character, whatever, are following you. And with how you equip them, you kinda change their roles. So if you equip a sword and a shield, you're a tank. If you equip a staff and a rope, you become a priest or something like that. You become a healer, you become a wizard. If you equip a leather armor and a bow, you become a hunter. So very basic things. And you have 3 characters that you can equip. So you can do something like a tank, a healer, and a range, or you do like 3 wizards, or you do 2 rangers and rogues. I don't know. And you run around this world, kill mobs to get loot, to equip your people, loot trash and stuff to get potions, to get health upgrades, I don't know. And if you get close to someone, kind of like Pokemon, you have a button, or like in Among Us, when you're close to someone, you have a kill button. Then the combat between those 2 groups start as a turn-based combat. So, you against me. And if a third person comes and sees this, they can join the combat as the next party. So, I don't know if I should put a limit on this. Probably, I don't know. But if you're in a combat and you're close to winning and another party joins, they can just fuck you over. Same when you're fighting against a monster and a third party joins. And that the game kind of works like this. So the Battle Royale aspect is in, I think it's called Animal Royale? Super Animal Royale. Kind of a game like this. So top-down world with different areas, with stuff to loot and so on. But without the shooting, the combat should be then turn-based. I don't know if this works, but I think we could make a fairly fast prototype. I don't know. Because, I mean, the old Final Fantasy games kind of work like this. You run around in a world where you can loot, where you can interact and stuff, and when you get close to a monster, the combat starts, the turn-based combat. That was such a stupid idea that I was like, I want to try that. Even though I hate turn-based combat and Battle Royale games. Cause every time we touch. Actually, considered not streaming today. Because I didn't really sleep through the night. Was a weird night. Woke up quite a lot. So I'm a bit hanging in there. But after I went grocery shopping and saw a very beautiful policewoman. That has nothing to do with the story at all. And bought some doner kebab and sushi. I was like, come on, you want to try this? Yeah, we are doing that. So we will see. First of all, I want some assets, and we're, as always, going into my asset library of Doom. I also want the interface to be very easy, like press space or tap, and you just have 3 cards of your 3 people, and you can just put in the items they want. So not like menu to the left, to the left, to the left, menu, press this button to the right. No. It's more or less like you have 5 slots, you press on them, you have what you looted, and you can equip it via this. And I'm not sure if I want, for now, for prototyping, to go with mini fantasy people, because I have a lot of different stuff with them. Or if I would want to go with some of the... Not Raven. I think I have enough icons for all of this shit. Or with a pixel crawler. Because I think the problem I have with pixel crawler is that we don't really have NPCs for that or anything. There are people in there. And different weapons also. It's kind of sad that I don't see if I own those things. For example, if I go on here, I don't own this, but I'm pretty sure that I own some of those. This I think I own. Yeah. There are again different thingies in there. My problem would be then, do I have NPCs? Because with Mini Fantasy, I'm pretty sure that I have some. Or I could just buy this. I have it already. So we would have some creatures in here. I also have those. Yeah, we should go with Mini Fantasy. Would be the easiest for me. So would also be cool if I could search in my assets. Magic and sorcery. It's getting better and better, to be honest. Gathering jobs, crafting jobs. What is that? Would also be cool to have some stations where you can upgrade stuff or something, maybe. Or even a vendor. Aim and attack. Okay, for the base, what do we need? Good question. Most probably Mini Fantasy True Heroes. We can have a look at that. That might be interesting. Wildlife would be interesting. Nice. True Heroes 2. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Orc Kingdom, maybe. True Heroes 3, absolutely. Trains we will need for Jens. Pharaoh Tomb. Enchanted Companions could be also very cool to have. Undead Creatures. Sewers, nice. Spell effects. Tiny Overworld, we don't need that. Dwarven Workshop, Nightmare Realm. I'm right now looking for something very basic. Monster creatures. Very basic. Plants and foliage we can have a look at. I just looked for something like a forest, for fuck's sake. This is True Hero, so we should just get all the shit. Little prototype assets. Get my skin, make me perfect. So we have a lot of different NPCs in there. Yeah, why not? Painted red, castle and strongholds should be also cool. Yeah, we should add this. Why not? Wildlife, definitely. True Heroes 2, definitely. Orc Kingdom, definitely. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Perfect. True Heroes 3, definitely. I pressed double on that. Undead Creatures, definitely. Mini Fantasy Monster Creature. I want to have a look at that, what even is in there. Angel of Death, Brain Slayer, Deep One, Centaur King, Demon Spider. Yeah, so we can have a bit of bigger creatures and stuff like this. That's awesome. And Mini Fantasy Plants and Foliage. What the fuck is in there? Fast as I can. So it's still the question though. Lost Jungle could work as a simple forest for the beginning. I want to have a look at the mounts. I'm interested in that. What the fuck is builders? Cut my skin, make it perfect. Paint it red. Maybe there is a green variant in there. Do we have true heroes? I don't know. Mini Fantasy Farm, also very interesting. Desolate Desert, also very interesting. Silent Swamp, also very interesting. Weapons. Weapons? Forgotten Plains. Is this all I have of Mini Fantasy? Yeah, most probably. I have so many things, holy moly, and I haven't used almost any of those. Yeah, that would be cool if randomly on the map there are some mounts that you can go on. Like in the swamp there might be a frog, in the desert might be a camel, savannah might be an elephant, forest maybe a snake and a wolf. Goat, hippo, horse, lion, lioness, moose, ostrich, panda, polar bear, rhino, tiger. Holy fuck. Deer, wild boar, warg, giant toad. What the fuck? But not for now. That should be a later thing to do. We will not need this, most probably. Maybe for just random assets to place around. That looks pretty awesome. Okay, no, that's all like darker assets. Toby is a free elf. I hate socks. Spooky eyes. True Heroes. We downloaded that. Hello? Right? Just to make sure, we didn't. Weapons. What the fuck is weapons? It's awesome. All animations of this pack are available for 6 different characters. Human, halfling, goblin, elf, orc, dwarf. Yeah, maybe, lady, please. We already looked at that. Yeah, we will go with this as the beginning one. Everybody, now lose control. Okay. Plants and foliage. The creation of many fantasy plants has been possible. That are a lot of people. Commercial license. What does it say? You're allowed to use all of the assets, including in this pack, in your own non-commercial or commercial video game or audio-visual digital project an unlimited number of times. Add in and alter the assets included in this pack with the purpose of including them in your own non-commercial or commercial video game or audio-visual digital project. You're not allowed to redistribute or resell any of those assets. Obviously. You must credit me in your video game or audio-visual digital project. Send me a link to the project upon completion. Audio-visual, okay, that's no problem. In this asset pack, you will find the props in 5 different folders, organized by themes. Each theme contains a selection of props compatible with several mini fantasy asset packs. Deserts and wastelands, icy wilderness and harsh wilderness, plains and forests, swamps and wetlands, weird and evil. That's me. Mock-ups, so you could see how this looks in the end. Is this... Nice. Okay. Create new folder. Assets. Create new folder. Third party. Nope. Create new folder. Managers. Create new folder. Scenes. Create new folder. Data. I am the Dutch created. Okay. And to be able to move around, we need some hero. Hit me for. We downloaded it already. So we have a fighter. What is in here? Wizard, Ranger, Fighter. That's pretty cool. We have Bard, Cleric, and Paladin, which is kinda very awesome. And here we have Barbarian, Druid, Rogue. Kinda would go with this one for now. Fighter, Ranger, Wizard. What? Did something somewhere pop up to tell me what's wrong? You hate me for... That works. So, I think too much. I'm a little bit paranoid. I think I'm breaking my blood. I think I'm breaking down. First of all, what do we need? 2D scene. World. Tile map layer. And we will go with plains and forests. Yeah. Wait, isn't there any tile sets in there? Because it's plants and foliage, you fucking idiot. What you were looking for is actually Forgotten Plains. Yeah. It's... I think too much. I'm a little bit paranoid. I think I'm breaking down. One thing about the person that sings right now is very confusing to me. That's Brian Burkhart, the ex-clear vocal of I Prevail. And on his Instagram, he was like, oh yeah, I was in the worst headspace in my life and it was very dark and everything, but I made it out and now I'm a new human, I can do everything. And the worst and darkest spot in his mental history and life was 1 month ago. Like, I have to fight all the shit since I can think about it. At least like 18 years, but most probably longer. With ADHD, autism, and so on. And he is like, yeah, 1 month ago, absolute deepest point of my life, but now I'm back. I can tell you, in no way I could have made it out in a month. Not even 2 or 3. If someone says they were close to suicide or whatever, and now it's all fine a month later, I can't believe that. That is... no. That is a bit very quick. But that's not our topic today. Tileset, new tileset, yeah. 8x8 is the mini fantasy series. So we can go on tileset here. And now we have shadows, okay. Yes, you can make this automatically, thank you. I think I'm breaking down. Okay, now I will make some rule tiles. What the fuck is this? Don't you dare forget. If we even can make some rule tiles. For some of those we absolutely can, you idiot. Terrain sets, add element. Your eyes on me. So grass. Grass. Boom badum badum. Boom badum badum. Should be all of this. But hey! And it should be that those are just random tiles here that are kinda inter-exchangeable. Then we have these. For people who don't know what a rule tile is more or less a brush who automatically puts the correct tile down with the rules you put on them. And what I'm doing right now is define those rules. So this here means it has to be grass all around. This means it has to have grass below to the right and diagonally to the bottom right, to the bottom left, to the upper right, and so on. And here I see it must be like this, and here it is like this. For grass, I think it's kind of hard to see where what goes. But yeah, so this is grass, and what we can do with that now is also put in some probabilities. But just to show it, terrain's grass. We can draw with that now. And we can also do funky stuff like this. We could say texture filter nearest, so it's clear. And if we draw around here, we see that we get different tiles. I'm a bit confused that we didn't got this one once. Oh, sorry. Have I set it up wrong? Oh, there was none in the middle. Now we should get it. And I don't like the brown smudge. Well, at least not that often. It looks very weird and chaotic. So what you can do now is go to probability and say probability 0.1 for this one. And now we can do this again. And we have way less of those, and we can even lower it further. So for all those tiles, this should be okay. Still fairly often. But yeah, we will just run with this for now. And the rest is like you see at the border, there's nothing fancy. And if I do it, we always have this border thingy. This is what our root tile did. That is why we're using rule tiles. Nice. Oh, I already feel it's not gonna be a long stream today. Holy moly, I'm hanging in there. Then we want dirt, dirty dirt. I'm really in need of a game that I can just brain deadly play always. Back in the good old days, that was World of Warcraft for me. We should change the color. I like if it has the same color as a tile, but at the same time you don't really see where you've painted. With the pink, I very clearly see where I've painted. No, but back in mod days, I'm old. I always just played World of Warcraft and ran around AFK and stuff like this. I don't have this anymore. I'm kind of missing that. A game that I just can always play. For a long time that also was Minecraft. What the fuck is this? That must be something like that? Those are a bit weird, but it should be like this. My voice. My voice. Star map. Dirt. Dirt, 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 dirt. Yeah. Because we have those single songies, we can do weird stuff like this. That is cool. I like that. Okay. So we have some dirt, so we can make maps. What is the rest? Like just stone and some mountains and stuff like this. With mountains, there's always a problem. You could set up a rule tile with this, but you will miss this, and I'm not sure how to correctly do this. I try to remove like the lower part and make this one. That sometimes work goody. But often I have the feeling it's easier to just do it by hand then. We have stairs, that's also very nice. I'm looking from the other side. We need a character body, which we name player. We need a collision shape, which will be just a circle of the monster. We need a sprite 2D. You're on your own. And we will start with the fighter. General animations. Fighter attack, fighter die, fighter damage, fighter idle. Angel and his bay. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So animation, we can say horizontal frames 16. And vertical frames, we have 4. There is our little dude. It's a bit annoying that this isn't one sprite sheet, but multiples. If this would be one, the animation would be easier. That will most probably lag. That was kinda okay, not gonna lie. Yeah, you're a dirty boy. Kingslayer. Did everything? No. As always. That is also like, yeah, Godot is such a good engine, can do everything Unity can do. Not even their rule tiles work correctly. Which is the reason why there is a plugin called Better Terrain. Their rule tiles don't work correctly. Especially if you do it programmatically. It already is buggy if you do it manually. If you do this programmatically, it's even worse. Okay, so player, we add script. First of all, let's save the scenes. New folder, world. We save this. Then player. Save branch as scene. Scenes. New folder, player. Player. Timer player. Save branch as scene. New folder, tile map layers. We call this forest layer? I don't know. Was frick? Physics process, pass. And we also need the normal process. Pass. We need for direction to move is a vector to 0. On process if input is action pressed. I don't want is action just pressed. Project settings. Input map. Move up. Move down. Move left. Move right. Move up is this. Move down is this. Move left is this. Move right is this. Close. Then I want direction to move. Where's my plus? Is this? Yes. Vector to up. Not vector. And we do this. A lot more. We say down. Down. Left. Left. Right. Right. And at the beginning of the physics process, we will set this to vector to 0. Why I do it like this is simply if I press up and down, I don't move. If I press up and right, I move to diagonally upright. I do this in a physics process, so I get hopefully every key press. I don't do this as a physics process, because physics process only 60 ticks per second. So it could be if you press something, the game will not recognize this. But I will just move on the physics process so that a player with less frame rate is not slower than a player with more frames. So what we will do here is velocity equals direction to move time normalized. We're normalizing this because otherwise, if someone moves up, he is slower than someone who moves up and to the right. Because it would be diagonally, it would be like, I think, 25% faster. Something like that. Or 75%, I'm not sure. So we are normalizing it. So it doesn't matter if you go up or diagonally, it's the same speed. And then times speed. And speed will be a variable that we can change with upgrades and stuff like this. Maybe, I think. I don't know. Move and slide. Collision shape, that's okay. What I want to do is motion mode, floating, because we're not doing a side scroller. Moving platform, collision, save margin, that's all okay. Disable mode, remove. Yeah, as you can see, we can move around. We are very small and the camera is not attached to the player. camera, what? Camera 2D. Project settings, general. Window, advanced settings, viewport. Windows, that's all okay. Borderless, resizable. Oh, wait. Viewport width. Keep. Scale. Scale mode fractional. So we don't get jittering. So that we don't get jittering. And because we're so small, I think we can even go lower. We put this onto canvas item. Yeah, now we don't have any jittering. That's better. So we can move around. We don't have jittering. That is awesome. Awesome. And if I drag the window bigger, oh, it has a keep in it. Is keep the right thing? Aspect keep? Hmm. But everybody's sleeping in a body bag. Because I don't want a person with a very huge monitor to see more. That is always giving them an advantage, and I don't like that. It's kind of pay to win. Pay for a bigger monitor and you win. Okay. Oh my god, just shut your fucking mouth. Copy this up here, blubber. World. And this should be also a character body to D, most probably. Demon spider sounds nasty. Mouse. I'll go with a giant rat, I think. So, we need a collision. Circle shape again. We do a sprite D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What? Oh. 13 times 4. Then we will rename this to giant rat. We will make this its own scene. New folder, giant rat. Go in there. Project settings, filter, textures, to fill texture nearest, close. Oh my god, just run your mouse. But everybody's sleeping on a booty bird. Okay, and now when we put the red somewhere else here, that shouldn't matter for this one. If we look at this transform, it's still 0, 0. If we look at this transform, it should be something else. Yes, very goody. And we should be able to run against it. Yeah. And we need Y sorting, but that is okay. That is okay. Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. And just to test things, I want a rigid buddy, most probably even a static buddy, with a sprite 2D. These nuts. Plants and foliage, plains and forests. Green forest, most probably. This is what you ask for. I want Forgotten Plains. It's more juicy. Yeah, the snap is okay in my opinion. Because I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. Then we put a collision shape on here too, which we don't see. Object pivot should be around here. We will move the collision. Maybe make it even a bit smaller. I think I'm okay with when people are able to step over the roots. We rename this to large tree. Large Forgotten Plains tree. Oh, save branch as seen. Objects. Plains and forests. Then I might want a grid. Use relative smart snapping configure snap. Grid step. Okay. BD. Okay. Yeah. Prevail tonight. Whoa. God's best friend. Okay, that all works very goody. Whoa. I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. Oh. I need a glass of water. So we give we could do it differently. Can NPCs attack players, or do players have to attack NPCs? I could honestly just fall asleep like that. Holy moly. Because my idea would be area 2D. Where the fuck is the player and everything? Are they so small? Such a baby! We had a collision shape. Circle. And make it big. I don't know how big. I mean, the character is kind of like, well, the grid is 8. And we could say maybe 8 times 8 is 64. Or we could even say maybe it's a radius of 10. That seems a bit a lot. So maybe 8 times 5? 40? We will see. I mean, we can change this as we want. We say the name of this is fighting or aggro area. And we can attach a script to that and say node body entered attach and body exited. What? Why does it connect to this? Disconnect body exited here. We can say if we enter body, give me just body print name. Print body name. And if we exit, do the same. If we press play. As you see, we have player because that's our own body. We get the large tree and we get the giant rat. We can do something. We say collision is only on 8. And we rename this layer to enemy layer. Then we say the giant rat is also collision on 1, so we can collide with trees and stuff, and on 8. So no, we shouldn't see trees or players. Yeah, player is not there, tree is not there. If I go here, giant rat, giant rat, giant rat, giant rat. So we see if we are in the reach of a giant rat and can then trigger stuff because of that. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm so tired. Holy moly. I think I will go to toilet and get a glass of water. Maybe that helps. Yeah, good idea. Don't wanna feel it till it hurts. I really think I will just end it here and take a nap and hope that tomorrow I will be more fresh and brain. I mean, we can move around. We can detect enemies. Can run against trees. Good first thing. So sorry for a very short stream today. I'm just too brain dead and tired to keep on doing anything. Sorry for that. Have a nice one.